hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and happy Monday to you all. Hopefully, you enjoyed your weekend. Hopefully, your first day of the week was a productive one. Um, Thank you for being patient with me on this one. It has been a long time coming. Tried to get it done over the weekend, but it was such a hectic last couple of days for me trying to get the last little bits of my personal belongings packed up. The other things need to be sold and, shipping and things like that. It's been a lot to deal with, but I have time now. So we're going to be checking out Mr. Young K's Letters with Notes album. We're doing the album listen, finally. Thank you for being patient with me. I really wanted to get around to this over the weekend, but it just didn't happen. But it doesn't mean we are doing it. We are doing it, and welcome to the album listen. This is an 11-track album, but we're only going to do the nine new B-sides because, well, Let It Be Summer and what was the Nothing But. Both of those, I believe, we checked out it's either in the Soloist or the K-Band recap little like marathon that we did 3 weeks ago, I want to say, a little while ago. So yes, that's over there if you are interested. But let's get some admin stuff out of the way now. If you've never been around for one of my album listens before, and if this album listen survives copyright ID checks, the timeline below is going to be chapter based off of whatever song we are listening to. So if you want to skip ahead to a certain song of your choice, you are more than free to do so. But in the meantime, let's get started with the album listen properly. DJ, roll the intro. Righto, I have album song credits. I do see that Young K is quite literally across the board, which is very cool to see. I mean, we all like not having listened to pretty much any of his music. I know he's a very talented writer and composer, just from other works that he's done for various groups. I mean, High Keys, Rose Blossom. I believe he had a part in one of the songs from Heike's most recent album as well. But so Young K, very talented with the pen, and that's on full display here. So let's get started with track number 1. English title is Waited. Admittedly, I do not know how to read the Hangul title because my Hangul ability is not that high. Lyrics by Young K, composition Young K and Hong Ji-sang, arrangement Hong Ji-sang. All right, send it. My first Young K album, also. Get a water. It kind of rips. It's got a nice pace to it. Nice, firm, nice, quick pace. Nice sustained high note. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, the energy is perfect. What a way to start the album. I also like the kind of like partial chopping that they're doing with the ad-libs there. Also, I hear you, synthesizer. Oh, it's such a bright drop, and It's a very quick, bright rock drop. And it's interestingly very summery. I mean, I know this dropped pretty close to the end of the summer season, which makes sense. You know, with the song like Let It Be Summer on the same album. Give me more high notes, Young K. Ooh, switch the sequence to minor for a second. And then straight back into the beat again. And it's, even though that bridge kind of does take a step back, it's one of those songs where once it starts going, it's gonna keep going. Nice lengthy outro to finish too. Okay. What a start. So this is before the title or what ended up being the pre-release. This is like the very first song on the album. That is how you start. That is how you make a statement off the get-go. My goodness. You know, I reckon this would be so fun to hear live, just on the floor, jumping up and down to this, because it's got that kind of vibe to it. It's bright. It's happy. But I'm talking about how it sounds musically. Admittedly, I'm the kind of person that gets too distracted with the music to read the lyrics. So apologies if I don't catch the meanings of the lyrics and stuff like that. But this song is so bright, it's so energetic, and it's so happy. It's very summer coded without it being like a very obviously summer song. There's a song on the album called Let It Be Summer. It's actually song number 3 on the album. And the fact that that song exists, and yet there's a song on here that doesn't really have too much like separation from it. It's got the high intensity guitar. And it's, again, not too much in terms of separation when it comes to how summery it sounds. But the fact that this is how you're introduced to the Letters with Notes album, the way that, you know, this is so bright and happy and energetic, is such a tremendous way to go about it. It's like, yes, we're here, we're ready to party, let's get started. That's how you make an entrance. My goodness. Oof. Now, I do believe we're skipping ahead a couple of songs. Let me check my album list. Yep, so Nothing But the title track would have been track number 2. The pre-release Let It Be Summer is track number 3. So we're going to head forward to track number 4, Dreamer. Lyrics by Young K. Composition Hong Ji-sung, Young K. Sorry, I read that backwards. Young K and Hong Ji-sung. Arrangement Hong Ji-sung. Alright. I've also just clocked. We started off with a really energetic summery guitar song, ballad, really summery guitar song, anthem guitar, very energetic album. Apart from the title track, which is very interesting. I like that this is a little bit of a heavier song, a little bit grittier. Go up there. I like the perpetual piano in there. It's a nice texture thing. Textural thing. There's the sentence. Get up there in the range, Young K. And I like the way the instrumental just cuts out at the end of that chorus there. the style of this song is actually really interesting because the main pace and the main beat kind of feels like what you would hear in the more heavier country-based rock music in America. But then you get Young K's really bright vocals, and then you get that pretty heavy chugging guitar to pair along with it, and it loses that country identity. And I think that's really interesting. Straight into the bridge, okay. Yeah, that perpetual guitar just adds such an interesting texture thing to it. It's like a slowed down Crocodile Rock piano riff. And now we're getting like the kind of Tim McGraw style rhythm guitar and drum combo. And we're getting the more intense lead guitar part now. Little background doo-wah section to finish the song. Ooh, tasty chords. And a synthetic whammy bar dive at the end. Okay, that Dreamer is a very complex song. It's one of those where this is admittedly down to the fact that I grew up in America around people who would listen to country artists that did a little bit more like a country rock type sound. But it does kind of give me certain Tim McGraw song vibes. And I think that's really cool because this is like American country based rock is a sound that I don't think admittedly, I'm pretty fresh in the K-band scene in terms of like actually knowing discographies and things like that. But I can't really think of anyone else who would have done that type of like American country rock based beat before, or at least from the Korean music scene. So that itself is very cool. The fact that that's being blended in with that perpetual 16th note piano part, that's very much like a slowed down Elton John Crocodile Rock. It's just constant, and it adds a little bit of a twinkle in the background. It also adds that little percussive nature of it. And I think that texturally is so cool. And then you get that extra lead guitar part. Or I guess if we're talking in K-pop terms, the main guitar part that has a little bit more intensity to it, has a little bit more of that rock color to it, a little bit more overdrive, a little bit more distortion on it. And then you put all of those together with Young K's admittedly high vocals. Like he was singing up there in this one, but he's singing up there with the power that we know he's capable of doing, at least the power that I know he's capable of doing just based off of his Imogen Service episode and the couple of songs that I've heard from him. And it just all together makes a really intricate project for me that's quite exciting to listen to from a music point of view. The song itself, just as a song, is really nice. It's got a nice pace to it, nice amount of power to it. It's a song that I could confidently walk down the street with. Nice. Bungee Jumping. Let's see, Bungee Jumping. Lyrics by Young K. Composition Young K and Shim Hyun, and then Shim Hyun on arrangements. Go. Little string type synth with the acoustic guitar. Bringing the beat. A little bit lighter. It's a quite gentle song for as punchy as that beat is. Like, there's a kind of lighthearted, playful nature to it. And the little sprinkles of the minor keys thrown in, or like the minor modified keys thrown in, is very nice. It keeps the song from becoming too bright and sugary. It's a song that's also very easy to follow. Once it starts, it's very constant. It keeps going. There's nothing hidden away to surprise you as of yet. Yeah, even going into the bridge, that transition was instant, and it kept the pace of the song up. He threw in a little bit of extra spice in that "baby you got me" line there at the end of the bridge. Just a little sprinkle of gochujaru, if you will. That's like the first, like instrumentally speaking, the first moment in the song where we had a little bit of a surprise. The cut away the instrumental for one beat. Love it, yeah, yeah, I'm loving it. Yeah, I'm loving it. That's sick. Okay, Bungee Jumping is a song. Interesting, like the song Bungee Jumping, you know, the action of a bungee jump off, nice stretchy rubber band, flings you back up. The song is almost like the antithesis of it because it's very constant. And the song's talking about, you know, the pulls and pushes, but the song itself really doesn't need a whole lot of stretching back and forth. Like, even, like, you know, rises, ebbs and flows through the song. You kind of build up in the verses. And this is from a pop song point of view, so keep that in mind. But, you know, song will progress. I know I'm backwards, but song will progress through the verse. It'll rise, it'll rise, it'll rise. You know, come to pre-chorus, it'll dip down a little bit and then rise up again. And then come to chorus, you'll get that full rise, and then it'll drop back down for the chorus or for the verse to start again, and you get the nice ebbs and flows throughout the song. With Bungee Jumping, there isn't a whole lot of that. You'd expect, you know, a bridge to kind of step down a little. If you've listened to enough music, you'll kind of start picking up on that pattern, but I'd say probably 4 out of 5 times a bridge is going to drop down compared to the chorus prior to it. Bungee Jumping doesn't do that. In fact, Bungee Jumping really doesn't have up and down change at all, apart from that one cutout beat in the final chorus. That's it. So for a song to be titled that way, and a song's like subject to be one thing, and the actual written piece being something completely opposite to it, I think is very cool. That is a very subtle detail that I quite enjoy. All right. That's clever composition. It's storytelling without the story, kind of. Very cool. All right, Natural. This is song number 6. So officially, had we been doing the full album listen, this would have been the middle point of the album. Lyrics by Young K. I need to make sure I'm on the right line here. Composition, Young K and High Table. Okay, so there's a team this time. All right, High Table. Here we go. Oh, hello. I'm genuinely surprised at how upbeat all these songs are. I thought we would get something a lot more tame, just based off of nothing but being the title. I like this chugging palm muted guitar part of the beat. And the bass too, that bass is running. I also like the very subtle filter on his voice in certain places in the song. Guitar's opening up a little bit. Oh, and that is a cool guitar sound. It just rings. Very echoey. It might be a synth, actually. I don't know quite which it is, but... I'll be there for you. Oh, take it up one time. It's so smart the way the beat just cuts out and like it lets the chords ring out for the "I'll be there for you" part, and then the beat comes back in for this part. He got me. He got me. The little stutter step. Drop me with the feint. Ooh, Natural might be my favorite B-side on the album so far. That was really good. It's a very simple song to listen to, but each component within it is actually quite interesting. And like for a song that's got all the components that go into it being a little bit complicated, or I should say more complicated, the overall product is actually a very easy song to listen to. Like the beat just keeps going. It lets the vocals and the chords ring when it needs to. It lets the beat run the song forward when it needs to. It's got a nice blend of cadences from the vocal top line. The instrumentals cover a nice wide range, whether it's the constantly like walking, running bass to the really nice echoey kind of ethereal chords, so to speak. Young K's vocals. Don't think really I need to say anything much about Young K's vocals, but it's like it's busy, but it's a good kind of busy. Like I could imagine myself. I would say I could imagine myself running to this, but I think the song, like the pacing wise, the song needs to be more consistent to make it a good running song. But I would like to listen to this when I run. It's got a very runnable attitude to it. That's nice. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Oh my goodness, it's also very short. Oh, I did not realize it was less than 2 minutes 40 seconds. I thought it was like 3 minutes. This song feels longer than it actually is. That sounds like I'm saying that's a bad thing. It feels like for a song that's this short that it's got a lot of bulk in it. There we go. Strange. Oh, this song's even shorter. 2 minutes 29 seconds. Admittedly, I haven't like actually looked at how long these songs were as we've gone through it. Have there been other songs that have been this short? Aye. Oh no, it's just getting shorter. Okay. So, Strange, track number 7. Young K on lyrics, Young K and Park Moon-chi on composition, Park Moon-chi on arrangement. A little bit more engineered sound, a little bit more digital. Slower song. It's a different production direction. Yeah, there's a lot more production going on. This is also the most, like, clear on the riser part. Hold on, I missed that cue. I'm gonna listen to it again second time through when we get to the second chorus, but again, his little stutter step in the vocal top line for that chorus caught me off guard because I thought I missed a beat somewhere. But I think that's also, again, partly due to the fact that this song's like composition style and direction is different from the other ones so far. Yeah, so let's be strange like the doctor is. That little stutter step is strange like the doctor, sing like a concert. It's a very good anthem, though. It's a very good anthem. Hello, gang vocal section. Yeah, definitely a different production direction. There's a lot more that's being done on the like actual studio floor rather than through like instruments, things like that. It's a lot more heavier in the synth work. There's a lot more vocal filtering going on. Like, you have vocal chops and ad libs, the stacking, maybe a little bit of filtering done in the main vocal part as well. Less of a dominance from your traditional band instruments. And I think that's good. I think it's good that this album has a lot of different types of instrumental sounds to it. And it keeps the listener on their toes a little bit. It's like, okay, so if this is going to be entirely just a band-based album with, electric guitars, electric basses, synthesizers / keyboard, drum kit, things like that. Keeping it spicy, it's like spiced up for 11 songs is quite a difficult task. So to kind of stray away from like the previous few songs where we have had admittedly a quite dominant guitar bass kind of traditional band setup, to kind of stray away from that in this way, I think is very smart. Yeah, very good anthems vibes from it. I reckon this live, you can see an entire crowd of people waving back and forth along to it. It's not the type of song that you want to like jump up and along to. You want to sway or wave along with, and I think it encapsulates that aesthetic perfectly. The pacing is great. The kind of hits are perfect for it. Yeah, that's very nice. Right, the one and only feature, I believe, on this album. This is track number 8, Soul, featuring. Oh, I should have looked into how your name is supposed to be pronounced. Choilb? You can see it on screen. I've never heard of you before, so I have no idea how to pronounce your name, and I apologize for that. You know what? I'm gonna look it up real quick. Ah, it's Choi LB. Okay, Choi LB. You got it. Okay, so it's not Choilb, it's Choi LB. That makes a lot more sense. All right. That out of the way, let's send it one time. Hello, brass section. If you know, you know. I love a brass section. Also, we're getting mellow with it. Finally, we're getting mellow with it again. The little brass section ad-libs are great. Man, that "where the hell is my soul" delivery. That's a powerful delivery right there.
당황했지 대답에 영혼 좀 담으라는 말에 요즘 내 감정은 물을 못 줘 마른 나무 같아 고민들은 가득한데 웬만해서 말을 안 해 감정 노동자로 사내 끊고 싶어 갑을 관계 내 자신도 못 돌보는데 또 누굴 돌보겠어 너 요즘 많이 변했어 내 맘은 어떻겠어 필요해 내 영혼이 편하게 놀 수 있는 제 맘껏 울고 싶은 기분이 들 때 놀 수 있게
It's a tasteful delivery, tasteful flow. It's one that's very complimentary to the type of song. Nothing too quick. Even when it did get quick, it was within the confines of like the rhythm styles that you get in a genre like this. That "where the hell is my home" line is... Man, you feel that power in your bones when he sings it. Hello again, brass section. You gotta get your clap section in. Oh, little muted trumpet action. Wait, they layer a double Yonkei vocal part there. That is a very tasteful song indeed. Very, very tasteful song indeed. This type of music is great. Honestly, like, I don't know how popular it is among the peoples, but I love a good smooth song. Like, there's just something so spiritually fulfilling about listening to a song like this. And honestly, if I wanted to be like really nitpicky about it, I want like a proper choir section with this song. Like the Choi LB feature, I think is a really cool stylistic thing to add where you get a little bit of a more rhythmic vocal line or rapping line, vocal top line, kind of categorize everything in the same thing. But having Choi LB's feature is great. Having Yonkei's vocals on it is great. But I want a consistent background, like almost gospel choir, like church choir level background vocal section to pair with the brass and the main vocal line. I think that would just be so cool to listen to. And it would I feel like I've made the comment a couple times this year when a song is just really nice with the choir that, take the song takes you to church. But like Young K's Soul, had it had a proper choir section behind it, like there's Young K layering here and there, but like a proper choir section behind it. Oh yeah, this is straight up a page out of like a church hymn book. And that's great. Church music, I think, is a very underappreciated genre of music from certain people. So, like, people who go to church every weekend will be very familiar with church music. People who go to church in, like, I'm gonna reference my American upbringing again, but I remember I had a project with an African American Methodist church for one of my architecture classes, and we got invited to their Sunday service as like part of like the community aspect of the project. And let me tell you, the experience of sitting in a church hall on a pew, listening to the soul and the passion of a church choir of that magnitude is spine chilling. It's goosebump inducing and is one of the coolest things I've ever heard vocally done live. And Soul, this song kind of captures like the bare essence of that. And because of it, I want that choir behind it. I'm not saying it's a bad song, don't get it twisted. I want it to go the extra step at some point. I think that'd be so cool. Righto. Playground. Reminds me of Gahyun's solo. Playground, track number 9, lyrics by Young K. Composition Young K, Humbert, and Paul Kite. Arrangement Humbert. Paul Kite is a name that I feel like I've mentioned pretty recently. I forget when, though. Stepping up the energy again. Whoa. Oh, this song is very busy also. There's a lot going on. Did it again. Hand movement. Get saucy with it, Young K. The kind of talking guitar part is very cool. Oh, that was a cool background vocal part too. Oh. I thought he was gonna straight send it up into that high note again. Very subtle background vocal part here. Yeah, the talking guitar is a really interesting touch. Moving bass part with the dun 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 dun, the moving Lots of Tom action in that outro part. Huh. Playground's actually a very intricate song, very complex song. It's got thing is this song for me is kind of works in like little segments. So like there's parts where it's got a certain type of wailing guitar, so or it's got the kind of type funk guitar. You get some parts where you get a nice walking bass, you get a little bit of a lower talking guitar part, you get Young K going a little bit saucy on the high note, and it's like the song works in increments. Even though the song itself flows very smoothly, it's like block A, block B, block C, block D, block B. Shout out block B one time. Unrelated, non sequitur, but it's a song that, for a song that is very smooth, it's actually very compartmentalized, and I think that's a very interesting like phenomenon, at least for my ears, where it is a song that you can break apart so clearly, and yet it flows so smoothly. Very interesting. Very interesting to listen to. Also, a very short song, I've just seen. Okay, let's see. Babo. Now, this is a song that I struggled to find lyric videos on. This is like the only one that I could find. It's not from the same creator as before. But Babo, track number 10, penultimate song on the album. Lyrics by Young K, obviously. And Young K and Paul Kite on composition, Paul Kite on arrangement as well. Right. What an interesting song. We're seeing the return of like the talking guitar again. And hello brass section. Oh, drop that F-bomb one time. This might be musically the most interesting song in terms of the B-sides that we checked out today. If you've noticed, the guitar part is like a second vocal part. It's playing the same melodic line as the vocal line. Little warbling synth action. Very interesting mixing choice too. Cut out the bass, filter the vocal. The textural detail of delivering the next time, the next time, and the fucking and so fucking fly, he's making it so breathy. Yeah, vocal texture-wise, this song is very busy. And a little fade out action to finish. Okay. Yeah, Babo is a very different type of song, I think, to the rest of the album. In fact, this album has kind of gone three different directions, I feel like. Nothing But is interestingly, up until this point, like, who knows? The very last song may be a proper out and out ballad, but like nothing but feels like the outlier in this album, and that's a title track. That's very rare. Babo also is a little bit of an outlier in the way that it's so stylistically different. You know, it's got the song kind of almost lumbers around, and I think that's very interesting. Like every beat is a little bit tired sounding, like it's a little heavier on the footstep front. And the song kind of resembles that in the way where it doesn't flow, it kind of it's like, you know how when you roll a dice, it kind of flips back and forth on its faces until it eventually settles down. It feels like that. It's like it it's not like rolling a ball, it's like rolling a dice where it just kind of you feel every face that hits the table surface. And to kind of bring that into a music form and execute it this way where it's so clearly kind of lumbers around like this but still keeping it a pretty light sounding song, I think is very cool. Because when a song lumbers, you feel it because it's slow and it's heavy. Every beat feels heavier. This song, while it does kind of lumber around a little bit, it doesn't feel too heavy to my ears. And that's very cool. And also, again, very different directions in the production front. Again, I forget what the other B-side was from earlier, but this one also very much has a not the lumbering part, like, you know, some filtering going on, a little bit of a synth action going on. Nice. Again, nice way to spice up the album. And then, believe this is one final song on the album, song number 11. What is two periods following it? Okay, so it's not a full ellipses. Lyrics by Young K, composition Young K, Dasol, and MOGT. They're part of a team that I can't pronounce. Solshire, 이기, Solshire. I'm gonna guess it's Solshire. But Dasol and MOGT on arrangements as well. I don't know why I spent so long trying to figure out that. But alright, what is? Let's finish strong.
So it's the end.
Alright, we are ending on a ballad. Or at least it's ballad coded so far. Ending a song, the song's subject being about the end. Oh. Pretty big risers there. Oh, that flourish into the acoustic piano hits is gorgeous. Oh, it's a very big chorus. This is a big soundstage, the biggest soundstage on the entire album so far. It's huge. This song feels like it keeps going forever. Yeah, that chorus release is so satisfying. It's like you feel the rush of emotions there. Hello, electric guitar. This one, this is a proper ballad composition. Oh, we don't get the final resolution at the end. Oh, it just disappears into the ether, never to be seen again. Oh, yeah, that's how you do a ballad right there. And it's a ballad that's not too slow. It's actually a pretty heavy ballad for a song that is this quick or this energetic. Um, yeah, that's really good. That's really good. And the thing is, I don't know if I explained it all that well when we listened to Nothing But. When we did the kind of like run it back marathon kind of thing for the soloists or the K bands. I don't actually remember which category we put Young K in, but I love a ballad. There's just something so healing, so cathartic about a ballad to me. I've always felt that way. Like growing up, I listened to a lot of rock music. So like because of my mother would always listen to 80s rock stuff on the radio in the car or on CDs. Because yes, we had CDs back then. I mean, I say back then like it was so long ago, but you get my drift. Like I grew up around the 80s rock scene, like British Invasion, second wave British Invasion, German metal, hair metal, like that era. That was also the era that brought around the power ballad genre, and that power ballads were my shizzles. Like I love a really good power ballad. So whenever I hear a ballad, especially one that is band coded, not the YouTube account, shout out band coded one time, but a ballad that is written with band instrumentation in mind, it plays directly into my heart because it's kind of nostalgic for me. But it's also a great way for me to release emotion or kind of like get through some weird emotions in my life. Has always been a power ballad. It's been kind of like a medicinal thing for me in a way, which is kind of weird to think about. But what is for me captures exactly what I want from a healing type of ballad. And it's that it's really pretty and really smooth, but you also feel that emotional power building up slowly but surely until you get to the chorus. And when you get to that chorus, you feel the rush of emotions just explode with the song. And that's when my emotional barrier just kind of crumbles and I'm in an emotionally vulnerable state. I'm ready to cry. I'm ready to let everything out. Ready to get rid of all the negative emotions within me and just let the music take me to a better place in a way. Does that to a T. And it's great. Sorry for getting sappy at the end there, but that was a great time. That was actually quite a journey. Looking at it now, I've been recording for almost over 50 minutes now. But that was a great album. It was genuinely a really good album. And again, I'm going to apologize for taking so long to get around to it, but now that I have gotten around to it, I can understand. I can understand why this has been very highly ranked and very well spoken amongst my peers and the kind of band community that I've been a part of. Because this was very good. In fact, I don't know where it would possibly rank at the end of the year for soloist album of the year, but it might be pretty close. It might be pretty close. Well, it's probably for sure going to make top 10. Where it's going to end up, I don't know. But it's I think it's made the top 10. It's pretty good. It's no, that's an understatement. It's really good. It's again, I think the main takeaway that I've gotten from this is, well, apart from the fact that Young K is extremely talented, I need to listen to more of his music, that the title track and the rest of the album don't really connect with each other. And I think that's really interesting. And that kind of has me thinking, well, I know, like, Let It Be Summer was technically the pre-release, but was Let It Be Summer technically the title track? Because that would make a little bit more sense. But if that's the case, why was Nothing But the one that got, like, the full title track experience. Because for me, having the title track be kind of a heavier, I don't want to say darker, but like a heavier ballad type of song on an album and on a long album, on an 11 track album where 9 out of the 11 songs are either a little bit or very energetic songs. So I do wonder, I do want to look into that. If you have more information on that, do let me know because I'm very curious about that. But overall, this was a great time. I thoroughly enjoyed it. B-side of the album, what do you say it was? Was it Natural? I think it was Natural. But I think for me, the best thing about this album wasn't the music, but it's the various compositions throughout it, and the fact that it is very much Young K responsible, or mainly responsible for that wide range of genres and styles that he got composing in his songs. I think that's the coolest thing about this album for me. But that is it from me today. Hopefully, this survives the copyright checks. I don't know yet. I will find out in about 10 minutes' time when I start uploading this, but that is it for me today. Thank you all for watching along, listening along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I know I say this outro bit every single time we upload, but I think based off of recent events, I think it's even more poignant now than ever. But one last request from me today, let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be, checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten someone else's day today. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.